Mm, hey, B. Listen, child, we got to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. We got to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta's K. Michelle, okay? And let's just talk about the premiere real quick, okay? Because the premiere dropped, and first of all, y'all know I had some things to say when it came down to production because I just felt like production did not do a great job. Okay. As far as the lighting, I still don't like the transitions that they have between scenes when they're going to different housewives and then they give you the preview of the housewives with the nightlife. And it's like, when did Real Housewives ever give you nightlife like that? It definitely gives 1000% Love and Hip Hop with that, and I cringe, and I really want them to change that. I understand that the show is evolving, the show has evolved, I get that, but it did not have to evolve in that damn way. Like, girl, that's more of, y'all already know how I feel about that. I ain't even got to go down the road with that, but just understand, outside of production, I think they have a good cast. I do. I think this is a really good cast. I think each person is going to bring it in different ways. Like, it's so many different personalities on this season that I'm so here for it. You know, a lot of people are giving K Michelle flack because she's from Love and Hip Hop, but K Michelle gonna entertain you. She gonna bring you those reads and stuff. And you know, a lot of what K Michelle does, even though I'm sure I'm not gonna agree with everything that she does, but a lot of her antics have been reactions. I will say a lot of what she's done has been a reaction to what was done to her. You feel what I'm saying? And when I think about some of the stuff other housewives have done, i.e., Gizelle, aka Just Hell, honey, let K Michelle talk about it, but we're gonna get into that in just a second. But when I think about how she was pushing certain allegations or whatever it was she was doing with Chris Bassett, I'm like, child, come on now. Come on now. And y'all think that's of housewives? Really? That's crazy. Portia literally down there swinging women every which way but loose, honey. And y'all talking about some K Michelle is giving hip hop love and hip hop. Child, listen, well, she's here now, and it ain't nothing nobody could do about it aside from not tuning into the show if you don't want to see her. But I say just give her a chance. I understand how you're feeling, but just give her a chance. Just tune into it and just give her a chance, child. Okay. And I'm here for it. Not even gonna hold y'all here for it. I'm liking every single one of the ladies, all of them in different ways. Even Shamia, even Phaedra. I know a lot of you guys cannot stand Phaedra. Okay, I understand what Phaedra did in the past. I'm not saying Phaedra is right, but in this moment, I don't have no issues with Phaedra. Okay, I like Phaedra. I like Angela. I like Portia. I like Shamia. I like Kelly. I like Drew. I like K Michelle. I like Pinky. I like me a piece of Cynthia. Cause that's all we gonna get of Cynthia is just a little piece. I'm liking this cast so far. Okay. And looking forward to seeing what else they are going to bring to the people. So y'all know on the first episode, Drew was sitting up there trying to act like, and see, here's the thing. Drew was up there saying that she thought K Michelle was a singer or is a singer. And it's very clear that it was shade. I do believe that Drew knows and knew exactly who K Michelle was in my personal. I just feel like they've had some issues throughout the season. So when it was time to film the confessionals, Drew decided to slide in her shade because she knew K Michelle was gonna slide her shade in, right? And speaking of which, K Michelle did put up a tweet, right? And in this tweet, this is what she said. She says, "What threw me was you don't know me or my music, but when I looked to figure out who you even were, you were already following me on all my platforms." Oh, cute. Okay. Now, in all honesty, in my personal, okay, for me, in my personal, I think these ladies knew of each other. I do. Okay, a lot of people are familiar with Drew Sidora being on the game, okay? As iconic as the show was, all right? A lot of people hated Drew because, you know, she had slept with Darren or whatever the case was, but either way, That was a really big thing. That was all around Twitter, social media, all of that. So I do believe that these two ladies were definitely familiar with each other. And this may sound so small, but both of y'all have worked on projects over there on the Lifetime Network. Like, let's not act like y'all don't know each other for real, okay? But it was giving shade for shade. Don't know how this is gonna really get started, because K Michelle is going to hint at a few things in this interview. And child, listen, I'm gonna have to tap on both of my girls. Them my two girls right there, K Michelle and Drew, but I'm gonna have to tap on both of them, okay, when they not in the right. But let's go ahead and get into this interview, all right? And I just jotted down just a few things that stuck out to me. So first of all, K Michelle says that she always felt like Cardi B was a star. So when they start this interview, of course, K Michelle, Cardi B, as well as Jason Lee all came from the love and hip hop life. All right. They came from that space. And Jason just asked her, I think he was asking her something about the success of everybody. Because did she ever imagine that everybody was going to be like successful, at least them three? Because he believes those are the top three people successful from love and hip hop. And I was like, I do believe in my personal, the top. I mean, they may all be the top, right? But I do feel like, and y'all let me know, that Rashida and Jocelyn are some of the others that were successful beyond the show. And y'all just let me know. Okay. Jocelyn went on to do Zeus Network when she wasn't working with Love and Hip Hop anymore. They gave her a platform over there on Zeus. Now she done started her own app and stuff. And she's been dropping clips every week, okay, to get people to buy into her app and stuff. So I feel like, I mean, shoot, that's a bit of success, even though I may not support or like a lot of things that Jocelyn does. I mean, she's keeping a name out there for herself, right? But y'all let me know, because y'all may not see that as success. For me, I feel like Rashida is successful because of the other businesses that she was able to have outside of the show. So y'all let me know. I mean, she has what? She has press. She has multiple locations of press. I think she has started like a tea line or something like that, where she sells like tea and different things. Her husband, I don't know if it was both of them working on this together or not, but they were working on, I believe, a docu series or something. I think they produced a docu series or whatnot over there on Hulu. They have their Frost Bistro. So I feel like they doing pretty good so far, that I would want to believe if love and hip hop went away for them, I think they would still be able to maintain their businesses. That's what I think. I think Frost Bistro will continue to be in business unless they let it go. And if they did decide to let go of Frost Bistro, I wouldn't see that as a L, because so many people have come down to the Atlanta and opened up a restaurant. And then at some point it ended up closing. T.I. had a restaurant. Hate to say the man name, but Diddy had a restaurant. Of course, Candy had a few restaurants. A lot of people, I think, did Magic Johnson have one down here? Yeah, a lot of people had restaurants and they've come and gone. Okay. All of them have served their purpose and then they went on about their business. So for them to even have Frost Bistro open as long as they have had it open, I would think, that's a bit of success. But y'all let me know, because I know a lot of y'all not featuring Rashida Honey. Okay. A lot of y'all not featuring her, but y'all let me know. And it could be some other people that are successful from love and hip hop that I'm not thinking about. Y'all know who else I just crossed my mind? Lyrica Anderson. Dang, I miss love and hip hop Hollywood so much. Ugh. Oh, I miss it so much. But Lyrica Anderson, her and her girl ex-husband or whatever, I think she was online just last week complaining about the man. But either way, they've gone on to write some successful records and stuff for people. So I think that's a bit of success, but y'all let me know. But at the top, Cardi B is definitely at the very, very, very top, okay, of that pyramid, of being the most successful, okay, the richest out of all of them to ever come out of this. But before there was Cardi B, there was K Michelle. Okay, but y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that. All right. So of course they talk about that. Okay. And K Michelle talks about never coming for people first. Okay. So they're talking about the dynamics and things that she's going through being on reality TV and stuff. And just in general, as I told y'all, she do be defending herself, child. She do be defending herself, okay? It kind of gives a little bit of Candace. And if you don't like Candace of Real Housewives of Potomac, you might not like K Michelle, okay? Because that mouth can be lethal. I'm not gonna hold you. And she will say things that will stick. Okay. Rashida got bags. Her husband's a girl. Like, I cannot. Listen, Kirk and his 3 earrings. Listen, she will say some I hate it for Drew. I'm like, Drew, please don't piss my girl off because I do not want her to say nothing about you that's going to stick forever. Please. Okay. But you never know because Drew will surprise you as well. But I'm nervous. But either way, she for the most part, she is responding to things. Okay. She says she never starts it with people, but she will carry it if she needs to. Okay. I'm not gonna come for you, but if you come for me, I'ma carry. She's still on Tamar neck to this it's not funny. She's on Tamar neck to this day, okay? She also says that she doesn't do research because he asked her about whether she researched the people on the show with her. She said that's one thing I don't do. And I can appreciate that. Some of the housewives, they do research on each other. When there's a new person coming onto the show, and Jason kind of hinted at that when they learned that K Michelle was going to be coming over to Atlanta, someone reached out to him, gave him a call to inquire about the type of person that she was, right? And I'm sure not just the type of person she was, but to try and see if they could get any tea up out of Jason because you called Jason Lee of all people. I don't think a lot of people know or knew how close these two were or are, right? But for you to call Jason Lee of all people, it's given, okay, he from Love and Hip Hop. Let me see what he may know. See if I can get some information up out of him. So I would love to know. I wish he would have exposed that. Who was the person that called? Was it Phaedra? Did Phaedra call you? Okay. Did Portia call you? I would think it's not Portia because her and Portia already have a history of what, about a decade. And I would want to assume that it's not Phaedra, considering the fact that Phaedra could just talk to Portia and Portia may tell her something. So I wonder who was the person that called him trying to get some tea on K Michelle. But all in all, K Michelle said that's not something that she does. She says being around you and just observing how you are is enough to pretty much tell on your damn self. So whatever she used against you, more than likely, it's gonna be something that you've told her, you've shown her. She ain't gotta go digging for it because you're gonna reveal it on your own. Okay. And I like that. I like that because it makes me feel like we don't have to worry about any rehearsed reads. We don't have to worry about people sitting on the edge of their seats to get this little piece off that they have been holding on to, that they've been waiting to say out their mouth. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking, but y'all let me know. Okay. Um, what else did we get into? Oh, she talked about kids. They got into the conversation of kids. She said she don't talk about people kids. That's what she say. Of course, he asked her, did she see the situation with Nikki and Cardi when they was online going back and forth? Okay. And she was like, yes, I saw it, but it was a bit too much for me, because they were talking about the kids. And she was like, I couldn't. And she said that was a whole lot. That was all. Now I don't recall Rashida ever talking about I'm not Rashida, but ooh, girl, K Michelle would be so mad if I said that, girl. But I don't recall K Michelle ever talking about anybody's children. Yeah, I don't think so. And he was so messy to ask about Nikki and Cardi. I wonder if he thought she was gonna elaborate more on Nikki, because y'all know, if you don't know, K Michelle did an interview once upon a time with Tank and Jay Valentine for R&B Money. And she talked about that. I think it was Anybody Wanna Buy a Heart. I don't know if that's the name of the song, but it was a song that I think was with Meek Mill or something like that, or it was a song that she wanted. But I guess because Meek Mill was involved in it, Nicki was dating him at the time. She pretty much said Nicki took the record and was like, "No, I don't want her to have that record. Give it to me." And so Nicki ended up putting it on, I think, her Pink Print album or whatnot. So I think they may have had a little piece of friction over there with that. Okay. But I'm kind of glad she didn't like expound on that any more than what it was and just said, yeah, I saw these two ladies going back and forth on Twitter. And I just said, whew, it was a lot. Because they was bringing the kids up. Child, listen, I thought somebody was controlling Nikki's Twitter for a second. I said, I cannot believe she over here doing it like that when it came to baby culture. But that's another conversation. Either way. Okay, that's a whole nother conversation. But I'm glad she did not go any further into that. But she does talk about, having a relationship with Cardi for the most part, how much she loves Cardi. It was like one time Cardi was just on her mind, and someone told her to just DM her and say, "Hey, you good?" And so Cardi responded and said, "Oh my God, that's scary." And she's like, "Why?" She said, "I have been playing your music for the past 3 days straight. So the fact that I've been over here blasting your music and you sitting over here messaging me, you know, asking me if I'm good, yeah, that's scary," is what she said. And more than likely, the music that K Michelle does sing, it's heartbreak music. Okay, it's music that's gonna help you get through. Okay, and so obviously she was going through it, so she reached out at the right time. K Michelle tells this very interesting story about her husband, Mr. Caston, the dentist, okay? Now she says that they've been together for about 10 years, but here's the thing, they've been knowing each other since like junior high school, okay? Um During the time that they were together, he would not marry her. He was not proposing to her or none of that. But also, she was at a place where she said she never wanted to get married. Right. Never wanted to get married, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to get married, but how dare you not ask me to marry you? Like, what the fuck going on with you? Don't just sit up here and think that I'm gonna waste my time. So it seemed like it was a little bit of that. Like, I don't ever want to get married. So it seemed like he may have just been like, okay, she don't want to get married, so I'll never ask her. But at the same time, you spending all this time with me, we doing a whole lot. We operating like, what's the next level? What's the next step? So it seemed like she did. Okay. She did want to get married. All right. She says that he told her that to him, he didn't believe she really wanted to get married, but what she really wanted was to win. In so many words, she's checked off so many things on her list that her getting married would be just like another check on the list. And honestly, I could see that too. Because K Michelle to me definitely operates from a space of always having to prove something. And you could tell that from that first premiere. That first premiere, when she sat down, and you could tell things that people have done to K Michelle, she has still held on to. She uses it as fuel to become even more successful, to go harder, to work harder, because she still thinking she has to prove those people wrong about something, is what it seems like. And it's like, hey, you're accomplished. Fuck them people. You ain't really like, they don't matter. You know what I'm saying? They really don't matter. But she has not shed that part, right? Um, so that's something she's holding on to. And yeah, so I can also see her being at a place where, okay, I got this, I got that, I got this, I got that. Oh, boom, now I'm married. I got that too. So I definitely, yeah, I kind of agree with him. She really just wanted to win. And say that she accomplished something and I accomplished being married or something like that. Let me know y'all thoughts on that. Either way, she does talk about cheating on her husband, though, baby. And this what she let us know, honey. She said she had to go out there and get her a man because this man had plenty of women. Now, I don't think it was plenty of women all at once, but over the 10-year span, it appears that they were on and off or whatever. And he was out here doing his damn thing. So she felt like, hey, okay, you gonna do your thing, then shit, I'm gonna do my thing too. So what's up? Okay, so she went out there and started talking to somebody else and met her damn basketball coach, an NBA basketball coach. Okay. She said Caston was over here treating her like she was a damn local baby. Now, K Michelle, some part of me feel like if he was treating you like that, you also allowed that in some capacity. I feel like you were like, and part of it was you overstaying your damn welcome. You about was over there operating like a damn local because he been knowing you since the ninth damn grade. You wasn't operating like a damn superstar. Okay? And you gotta be a certain height to get on this motherfucking ride. Okay? You weren't acting like that. It was you just let him just roam free, do what he wanted to, girl. So that's what happened. Either way, so she says that she had two different NBA coaches that was in her DMs. And she looked through and she finally decided to make a decision to give one of them a chance or whatever like that. Okay. She said that she never had any coaches like try to holler at her. I don't even think she had, did she say NBA players too? Not sure, but definitely no coaches. And the fact that she had two NBA coaches like in her DMs, she felt like that was God. I'm screaming. She felt like that was God. She felt like God approved of her messing with this man and cheating on casting. I hollered. I hollered because I'm like, hey, Michelle, you sure you was with casting or was y'all just on a break? and y'all wasn't together. Y'all probably, girl, if we get more deeper into their relationship, it's probably gonna be super, super, super confusing. But either way, she did still mess with Cass. I know she was still messing with Cass, that she was over here dating the NBA person. And I don't fault her for that, because if you ain't serious over here, then I'm gonna go do what the hell I want to do over there. Like, I just feel like that's how it's supposed to go. Okay. She says, she talks about a Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? And this is gonna spin back into the guy that she was, the NBA player that she was dating. So she said she always wanted to do Real Housewives of Atlanta. When she left the show, she said, if there was anything that she would do after Love and Hip Hop, it would be Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's something she's always wanted to do. And another check off the board. Okay, she's accomplished that. She is now, even if she don't do another season, which I hope she do, even if she doesn't do another season, it's accomplished in her book. So shout out to Kay for that. Okay, now and speaking of book, she also talks about how she walks around with the Bible, and everything that she wants, she writes it down and she puts it in the Bible at different times. And I think she even said, like, if she was messing with somebody and she trying to pray to God she don't get no STD or something, like, y'all got to watch this, because that lady that lady tripping, okay? She will write it down. Lord, please don't let me get an STD. Please, and she put it in her Bible, and that Bible go everywhere with her. Do you hear me? She feel like that Bible be saving her. Okay, that's just what she talked about. All right. She says, okay, boom. So here's the thing. Let's get to the husband part, which was really interesting because, on the show, she tells Portia she had just married this man a few weeks before the show. Okay. And I feel like I was right in how I was thinking about it, in a sense, on some, you rush to marry him so that you could, one, have another notch on your board, another check on the board, and another level up from some of the ladies on the show to say, well, I'm a married woman. Okay. And I've accomplished this and I've done that and I've done this and I've done that. And I'm a married woman. I'm a for real housewife. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. So I feel like I was kind of right in assessing that, but it seemed like it was a little method also to her madness outside of just the show. So K Michelle was going to bring on a whole different guy, the basketball coach guy, right? She was going to bring him on the show, right? She said he was gonna do this whole proposal thing, do this whole big thing. And I don't even think they dated for a full year, to be honest. I can't remember. I don't know if she said it was like 9 months, maybe it was a year, but the man was getting ready to propose to her. And I'm just like, girl, what? It's really giving a proposal for TV. That gives fake. And I don't see K Michelle as a fake person, but don't bring us that. Okay. But either way, it was time for her to do like a Real Housewives of Atlanta interview. So she does this Real Housewives of Atlanta interview. And while they're in the interview, I guess he wanted to do more talking than necessary. And they said, okay, that's cool. That's cute. We don't want to know more about you. We want to know about her, which makes sense because she's the housewife, sir. She's the housewife. That's what we want to know about. Okay. She said that man felt the way, baby. I guess that man wanted to be a housewife his damn self. He felt a way. He kept thinking about it throughout the entire day. And she started taking mental note of that. Like, oh my God. I think she said the network loved the guy though. Really loved the guy. Loved what they were willing to bring to the show, all of that. And so yeah, she just started thinking about it though. She was like, damn. I don't like his boo. He being real mean to me. He feeling away because he's supposed to be this big time coach or whatever the case is, but don't nobody give a damn about your career over here. On this side, it's really more so about me, honey. So I don't really like how he vibing. So she decides that she was gonna tell her husband about the man that she been seeing. Girl, that man is like, her husband is her best friend. Okay. That, I mean, because he wasn't her husband at the time, right? I don't even think he was giving boyfriend. It was just my man in between time. Okay, for you to pick up the phone and call him, call Caston, tell him all about the damn coach, what's been going on, and how the man is planning to marry her, and this, that, and the other. Telling Caston all of this, and she wanted Caston to get upset. And this is the gag. Let me tell you how Caston will K Michelle is out every time, because he don't give her no reaction. I promise you. Caston's mood is like this for the most part. And we already know K Michelle got most of the energy. So she does stuff to get a reaction, but he just a mellow person anyway. So a lot of the stuff she do ain't finna move him like that. Okay, so she wanted him to get real upset when she was telling him about the guy. He loved me, and he gonna marry me, and he gonna do all of this stuff, and he gonna woo the woo the woo. And Caston was like, "Oh, okay, word, that's what's up. Yeah, okay, nah, it's cool. That's what you wanted, though, right? Like that's what you wanted, baby. I don't know about Caston. Okay, now I probably would have had to start talking to Caston, motherfucker. Okay, don't tell me that's what I wanted, even if that is what the fuck I wanted. You better not say it. Cause what the hell? How dare you sit on this phone and act like you don't give motherfucker? I feel a way about it. Okay. And I'm surprised knowing that K Michelle, I know I'm not saying K Michelle does this, but I mean, she gonna get loud with you. Okay. She gonna say some things to make you feel away. But girl, I would be expecting you to kicking and damn scratching. But you did what you want to do because you was over here dating this other man. So it was giving a little bit of Nene. Okay. Well, what you want me to do? Okay. You don't like it, you don't like it. What you want me to do? Okay, that's what Caston was over there giving her. All right. Mm-mm. So then, at some point, because she kept talking to Caston, updating him about her and the man that she dating, the coach, and just giving him the tea and doing all this talking. Then at some point, Caston said, "Okay, let's just stop it. Okay, damn it." Because I think Caston probably was thinking this up. You doing all of this trying to get back at me, like, girl. Okay, look, I see what you want. Like, let's just stop it. Let's just try to work on it. Let's fix it. Let's try to get it together. Okay. So she talked to her daddy. Her daddy called Caston and said, "Let me tell you something, buddy. Let me tell you some mother. You're not finna sit up here and keep not marrying my daughter. Harry, you better get your together." Okay. So whatever it was her daddy said to Caston, that's what got her to move, got Caston to move. So Caston was like, "Well, shit, we could go down to the courthouse right now." Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's what they did. I do believe she said they got married down to the Tennessee, honey. And it was like, "Let's do it." And she said, "Oh, let's do it." And so she left the other guy. And so when he hit her up, I don't know what he asked her, but she just said, "I love Caston." And the guy was like, "Well, who is Caston?" She said, "My husband." He's like, "Husband?" She's like, "Yeah." It was just really like that type of shoulder shrug. Like, yeah, you snooze, you lose. Because keep in mind, the network really like this guy. She no longer liked this guy. She used the situation with the guy and her daddy to apply pressure to Caston to get Caston to propose to and marry her. I think they skipped the proposal stage and went straight to marriage, right? And shit, y'all been together for about 10 years. That was proposed. But either way, that's what she did. She did not want to move forward with the network and find herself stuck in a situation with this damn guy who's already showing his ass when the show ain't about him. And I think she did the right thing. I feel like Caston is low key. He don't really say much, right? They be like, one would not really know he and K Michelle are together if they didn't say that they were together. Like, it's like he just really low key. But if you got somebody in my personal that is a coach and feels a way about you being a part of a show and you going on to be successful, whatever it is, he feeling away because he not getting no attention, baby, it's given the moment y'all break up, he gonna be out there trying to spill some stuff. And she did hint at the fact that she think he may try and release some messages. And she said, "That's fine. Go ahead and release the text." So I don't know. She said he probably watching this interview. If so, he probably gonna try and release the text messages to so let him release it. Okay, then, girl, that's what's going on. But either way, she did not want to move forward with the guy and bring him to the network. And she also did not tell the network that she had got married because she felt like it was her personal business. Now I'm gonna tell you like this, Cam. It ain't not no more. Not no more. It ain't your personal business. Okay. Find your ass, okay? That's what's gonna happen. All right. They may hit you with that Kenya more next time. So you may think it's your business, but it ain't no more. Okay, so get that together. But she ended up coming into the show and letting them know when she had a meeting with the network that she ended up, that she was married. She said she had Caston waiting around the corner while she went in there to talk to the folks and tell them that she had got married or whatever. And so that's what it was. All right. So whatever direction they thought they were gonna take with her storyline, I guess that had to be shifted because she wasn't with that coach anymore. She's with the man she really wants to be with now. And that's just what it is. Okay. Um, Also, I'm so surprised K Michelle went on to marry this man. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I'm just surprised that she went on to marry him knowing that he's been with so many damn women, she said. So it sounds like Caston been over there cheating and every damn thing. Hey, Michelle. Okay. I don't know what all y'all been through, but you always strike me as the stand up woman. Like you already standing up, but I guess so we shall see. Okay. What else went on? So K Michelle did talk about how she wasn't talking to her son right now. And this is very interesting, right? So she too, for different reasons than Dr. Heavenly, is not talking to her son right now. And you know what? Speaking of Dr. Heavenly, could y'all have seen K Michelle on Married to Medicine knowing that her husband is also a dentist? Cause y'all, I don't know if I could see her over there playing with them girls. Honestly, I don't know if those ladies would be able to take K Michelle on Married to Medicine. I think K Michelle would have wore the whole cast out. Okay, this ain't Phaedra. I think she would have turned Married to Medicine upside the fuck down. I wonder, that would have been a great question. If you were not offered the opportunity to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but offered Married to Medicine, would you have taken it? I wonder, okay? But either way, she talks about her son, getting back to her son and how she's not really talking to him right now. And it's because her son wants a normal fucking life. Okay. And she don't like the fact that her son wants a normal life. Like, girl, you knew that when he got ready to go off to college. And I don't think he wanted her to come or something. She had talked about that story about her son because like he didn't want anybody to really know like his mama was like famous. His mama was K Michelle type thing like that. You know, this boy just wants to live a normal, low-key ass life. Okay. And I feel like most boys that are only the only child, like that's how they are. They just be chilling. I don't want too much. I'm cool. I'm chilling. All right. I just want to have enough to go here, there, do what I need to do. Like I'm good. I ain't trying to be bothered. I ain't trying to bother nobody. Like for me, most of the only kids that are boys, that's what I've seen. So I'm not surprised that he wants a normal life. You know, he wanted to give her she got him a Benz. He wanted to give her the Benz back and get a damn Hyundai. And she said, a fucking Hyundai. Like, what the fuck? Okay. I don't fault that young man. Now, granted, I'm still gonna take the Benz, understand. The Benz will be coming with me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. But maybe he don't want all that attention on him or something like that. Maybe. I don't want this attention. You know, I ain't trying to be a target out here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And mama, she's K Michelle over there, like, we fought hard to get you out of, to keep you from the streets and stuff. Okay. And you don't think this make me a target in the damn streets with a fucking Mercedes Benz? Oh, okay then. Well, fine. And so she's saying all of that. She's like, you don't want, we've tried hard, me and your dad, to keep you out the streets, keep you away from certain activities, certain behaviors or whatever. And you mean to tell me you want to still take your ass out there and be in nature? And go hiking and like that. She did not like it. With everything that's happening in the world, she didn't like that he was traveling out of the country and stuff. She don't like the fact that he over here talking to some bald headed girl. She didn't call. I'm like, girl, not the baby bald headed now. Now wait a minute. Okay. And what it really sounds like to me is that Kay need other things to do outside of her damn music. Okay. And she kind of touches on that about all her life has been, getting her career off the ground, focusing on her career and just being a mom to her son. And now that he's growing up and he's showing so much independence, it's making her feel away. Right? Because everything that she does for her son. And then to know that he don't really want or need the resources in a sense, she don't really like that too much. Okay. So it's making her feel away. All right. But I think the way that it should make you feel is extremely proud. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, Chase gonna be set. And Chase is set and gonna continue to be set. She felt the way that Chase said, Mama, I'm gonna go in Uber. Okay, like your mama will give you the money. Okay. Chase said, I'm not trying to be like Dr. Simone's sons. Okay. I will get out here and Uber for mine, mama. All right. So her mama had to call her and be like, oh, Chase out here. Oh, Darren left the back door. Oh, shout out to grandmama Holla. May she rest in peace. But, her mama called her and was like, Chase around here Ubering in that Mercedes. You know that, right? And she's like, who the hell around here Ubering in the Benz? Girl, please. Girl, please. I've seen it all. People got to make their money how they got to make their money. Okay? And if that's the case and you over here questioning, go get that boy that Hyundai like he is then. How about that? Go get him a Hyundai and let that be his little Uber car then. And park that Mercedes Benz in your garage or something like that. But anyway, child, because it sounds like Chase also, since you ain't gonna get him that damn Hyundai, he gonna Uber until he can afford it himself. That's what it sounds like. Sue me. Okay. But all in all, I think that, K Michelle has done a great job with her child. She should be very proud, but it's just giving, when I can't get on Carson's damn nerves, I want to be able to get on Chase's damn nerves. And Chase said, not over here, girl. I'm gonna be out the country. I ain't got time for all that, mama. Okay. But let me go ahead and get to a portion of this interview. I want to pull it up
So not only
because
because it's our
there is a portion of this interview where K Michelle talks about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. This is where we get to the conversation of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she talks about how people have been trying to make her pretty much feel away, and saying that she does not deserve to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. That's been making her feel away. Things people been saying they don't think she deserves to be here. And she's a little bit perplexed by that. All right. So I want us to go ahead and listen and check out what K Michelle had to say about this right here.
Try to make them be. Like when they put me on Real Housewives, do you know how disgusting it is to watch black women? She don't supposed to be on there. She don't fit. Well, you haven't even picked up your kids from day camp. How you gonna tell me I'm not supposed to be somewhere because of my past? Because I was open enough to show you my life, what you've dealt with, you gonna say I'm not good enough or this enough to be on a TV show?
Are you talking about Robyn Dixon?
Forget Robyn. She's a couch potato. We don't care about no Robyn Dixon. She can't even be content in the fact that her husband or whatever he call himself don't want her. Are we finna do that? You can't keep a job. Let's not talk about me with every accolade that you will never see unless the rapture comes. You can't talk to me.
Y'all gotta get this
about where I'm supposed to be, where God placed me, where production and anything.
Y'all gotta
there
get
are
her.
housewives that I meet
Y'all
feel like
y'all gotta get K. Y'all gonna have to get K. Okay. K is not done. She's not done. But y'all gonna have to get her. Let's let her finish though.
Forget Robyn. She's a couch potato. We don't care about no Robyn Dixon. She can't even be content in the fact that her husband or whatever he call himself don't want her. Are we finna do that? You can't keep a job. Let's not talk about me with every accolade that you will never see unless the rapture comes. You can't talk
Unless
to
the
me
rapture comes, it's crazy.
about where I'm supposed to be, where God placed me, where production and anything. There are housewives that I meet that feel like me, think like me, look like me, gone through what I gone through. Ain't a housewife show supposed to show the real housewives?
And you're a real housewife.
I'm a real housewife. It don't matter if it was a whole coach trying to do it before. I'm a real housewife, like for real. I got a real man that really love me. I got real life. My shit don't be perfect. I'm really trying to get it together. I really want another child. And for you to sit there as on a couch selling t-shirts, telling t-shirts, hats, caps, or whatever you trying to sell and think it's a joke. You and the other one over here like a little devil. Y'all over here laughing.
Who's the other one?
Just hell. For y'all to sit there and try to laugh at another, like, why you laughing? What is funny? What is funny is my accomplishment trumps and laps all of y'all accomplishments. I could die right now and you still wouldn't catch up. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you, yes.
But when we come...
This Jason face for me. He is loving this.
From different shows and different things, you around there fighting people about your career and what it is. People always want to talk about your past and where you started from.
Wait, was Gizelle hating too? Gizelle wasn't hating.
And she had a little thing. I told her she looked pretty because that's all she is. That's what she needs. So she was like this. you know, loving hip hop. And she said, and then she said, yeah, I like K. Michelle. You better. You better. Why wouldn't you? What have I done to you? Why wouldn't you?
This is why y'all need to leave a Pisces alone. Pisces be minding their own business.
Minding my business.
But then isn't it weird how they pop up and do something and then when you react,
victim.
you're the bad guy?
Child. Now, K. Michelle, I don't think I've ever met a Pisces like you. My best friend is a Pisces and she don't act like that. She do not be acting like that, girl. She's so kind-hearted. She don't be ready to cuss nobody out. Child, that's a different sign. You got another sign in your chart that you over here showing. I don't know. Okay. But I do want to flashback to what Robyn and Gizelle did say at that time. So let me see if they have it over here on the neighborhood talk. Let me see.
Love and Hip Hop on their show.
Okay, you had to clarify that though. Okay, but we're gonna speak to that. But go ahead.
And Married to
Allegedly.
Medicine has Love and Hip Hop on their show.
Okay, you had to clarify that though. Okay, but we're gonna speak to that. But go ahead.
And Married to
Allegedly.
Medicine has Angel from Basketball Wives on their show. Atlanta has run out of people.
Okay, Angel
They
from
are-
Basketball.
She was a
Wives.
nurse. Really pretty girl.
Who is she? Who was the basketball wife she was married to?
Are any of them ever married to a
What we're
basketball
dealing with.
player? I don't know. I just know that she was on Basketball Wives like a number of seasons ago.
Okay.
And it might have been like the LA version.
Is Married to Medicine supposedly, allegedly filming now? Are they filming now?
I guess so. I saw a picture of her filming a confessional for Married to Medicine.
Oh wow. Okay. So are we
So-
rinsing and recycling?
That's what it looks like. So I'm like, out of all the people in Atlanta, now they're like, I really thought the the network or the shows tried to like avoid crossovers from
Yeah.
different networks.
True.
But I am like, Atlanta is running out of people.
Well-
because you're using people from other networks now.
But that's when but 85, it stays on traffic. So they're not running out of people.
Right.
They got plenty of people in Atlanta.
Right, with
Okay.
6 lanes,
But I
12
do-
lanes across.
Yes, I do want to say, and the traffic is traffic morning, noon, and night. Like
Yeah.
it don't stop.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about K. Michelle really quickly.
Okay.
And this is allegedly. We do not know because it has not been said officially that she's
Yeah.
on the show. I'm not mad at it. I feel like at first I was like, what? K.
Yeah.
Michelle, that's weird. But out of the love and hip hop, because you know I'm a love and hip hop girl.
Right.
So out of the love and hip hop world, there are very few people that I feel like have left that behind them and have gone on to do so many other things that it really wasn't a factor.
But
Right?
she was already somebody before Love and Hip Hop. She was already who she was before Love and Hip Hop.
Is that a question?
No, that's a statement because that's what it
you're telling
was.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I think those people can come and go.
Okay.
And then you have people, Cardi B is one who was pretty much created on Love and Hip Hop.
Yes,
and
totally.
then
Right.
now she's somebody else. But I think K. Michelle already had her career.
She did. So then what would be the issue though with her going over to Real Housewives of Atlanta, especially being that she hasn't been on Love and Hip Hop in years. She's produced a whole show over on Lifetime. A whole completely different reality show. And then I thought that she had a movie too that she acted in over there on Lifetime. She's so far separated. I mean, maybe not. Maybe not so far separated from Love and Hip Hop because she had a lot of iconic moments that came out of Love and Hip Hop that people still talk about to this day. So they'll always associate her with it. But at the same time, she ain't do it in years. So it's not like it was really a crossover for real. But this is what was said that K. Michelle ended up responding to back at that time. And this is what she's still reacting to when she sits down with
That's what I'm saying. So,
Jason.
so her being a housewife, she's married now. Her being a housewife, I'm not mad at it.
So you're saying Love and Hip Hop doesn't define her?
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Like, Robyn, do you hear and maybe not, Okay, because maybe Robyn's thinking something different. But if she already had a career beforehand, you just pretty much confirmed that Love and Hip Hop does not define her. Okay, it's
So
me.
I'm actually here for it.
I'm the
Okay.
problem. It's me.
For Kay, Michelle.
Okay.
If that is happening allegedly. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it just like when I saw that, and then it was K Michelle. I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then it was when I saw this other girl, Angel, was filming Married to Medicine. I'm like, okay, what is going on? They
They done ran out of people.
Out of people.
Child. Well, hell, honestly, Basketball Wives done ran out of damn shows in general. So it's about time for them to be looking in other places to be getting booked. Okay. And damn, I feel like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta on its last two or three legs anyway. But outside of that, child, again, that is what K Michelle was reacting to. Now, getting back to this interview, right? Because we will be going into the portion where she kind of touches on Drew just a little piece. So y'all know we talked about this earlier in the episode or in this conversation here that Drew kind of has some shade about K Michelle. So there's gonna be some beef there. And I'm confusion because when Portia said to K Michelle, Drew is another singer, we're not gonna beef with her, right? K Michelle looked a bit confused, like, should I be beefing with her? So I'm like, did Drew say something to Portia about K Michelle? Um, what was that about? To say, she said, when you pretty much, what singer haven't you beef with? Because I'm like, did Drew say something to Portia, or could it have been that, yeah, you see K Michelle get into these beefs, but what you mean, what singer hasn't she? She hasn't beefed with quite a few singers. And how many singers has she really beefed with, though? Y'all let me know in the comments, because I can't think. I mean, Rashida was a rapper. Or is a rapper. Rashida's a rapper. Then you got Tamar, that's a singer. Like, who else was she really? I mean, the issue with Nicki Minaj, that was a rapper. I'm trying to think of what other singers has K Michelle really beefed with. So I don't know what Portia was talking about. Okay, but y'all let me know. Let me go ahead and get this portion up where she gets ready to go into the conversation about Drew. Because it seems like Drew may have done something. And it seems like, let K Michelle tell it. We have to see how the show plays out, of course. That little man she had on the FaceTime may be involved with something to cause some type of issue between these ladies. And girl, let's just press
Mean a
play.
lot to me, because as a Black woman in reality, to watch this show be so big, I don't want to do nothing but add my legacy to this show, and I want it to go even further. To you watch it, just to watch some of the most hurtful things to me that were done by men, and to watch a particular woman use that in combat to hurt me, pretty low. But it's TV, it's entertaining, right? But I'm gonna tell you one thing about entertainment. I'm a star, I'm gonna always win entertainment. I'm gonna entertain you, and I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna vindicate. So play at your own risk.
So did Drew Sidora get peach cobbler, or was it just rotten peach?
Y'all keep bringing up somebody who's never been brought up in history.
No, I just saw.
She ain't been brought up in movies. She ain't been brought up in music.
I know she was a YouTube star or something like that, but
Not YouTube star. And this is funny because y'all remember when Drew said YouTube, is that like a job or something? Y'all remember that? Not her being a YouTube star. I don't know if Drew to ever be a damn YouTube star. That's crazy.
Oh, see, I don't even.
Y'all gonna sit up here and act like that girl did not play the hell out of T-Boss in TLC movie. Okay? Y'all gonna sit up here and act like y'all don't remember the game? Stop that.
Know about.
No, I just saw on Sherry, you did an interview and you didn't even say nothing. It was like, I just saw Sherry fall out the seat. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah, fill out that seat.
And she slid out. Okay.
All I know with that, it's not that. And I needed to let people know what people do. They feed blogs, pay them, and do all type of stuff as they pay them and feed them to tell their narrative. And they don't understand that even behind a narrative is the actual gift. So unless Jesus Christ said it, everything could be set up, but when God got away and move it, it is what it is. And what I needed to say on Sherry was, y'all think we over here fighting about music? This is not what we paying. And I'm not talking about paying for ads and things. I'm talking about paying for lies. And what I needed to say on Sherry was, this is not about music. There's no fight in season 17 about music, but there is a fight, and it's a very entertaining one. One thing I'm never going to give is boring. I'm going to always give the truth. And if I'm going to step my ass over here on Real Housewives of Atlanta, you best to believe I'm going to give them what they came for.
So we just saw the first episode. Talk about that.
I was in shock. Like, it's so crazy to see the viewers say, she gonna declass the show. And then when I get up and leave and mess, she thinks she too good for the show. It's always something. And as you see, I came in love for everybody. And that I will. I'll never start anything. And to watch a person set up her plot and to say, is K. Michelle a singer? Was she ever a singer?
They didn't say that. Like,
oh, who is she? You was following me. I was never following you. Beyonce know me. You don't have to.
but didn't Beyonce send you the note and the flowers?
That's what
that said you're killing it?
How you sitting up there in a whole karaoke bar type performance, and you want to talk about me? You gonna say I don't know if she's still a singer? I've been touring for years, and you've been trying for years. There's no way in 6 years that you got 10,000 streams. That is not a beginner. That is a loser. That is a loser.
Then Beyonce.
That means that you got to find something else to do.
Then Beyonce said.
Now, let's tap into this real quick, because this is where we are going to disagree. This is where some of y'all are about to be upset, and I'm going to let you, okay? For me, I understand K. Michelle clapping back. I feel like she should clap back because that was shade that drew through in the confessional, and that shade came after whatever this drama they got going on. So, of course, the people get in the confessionals and they shade, right? But I feel like to SHI on her starting her music career all over again, trying to achieve whatever she's trying to achieve in music, and to SHI on it, and to pretty much do to her what you felt like other people did to you, right? With music, to me, kind of felt like that was a bit lame in my personal, to me. Now, my thoughts may change as the show progresses on, but in this moment, I was like, yeah, lame. I ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that, Drew threw shade at her, but then to be like, okay, you only achieved 10,000 streams, and that's not a beginner, that's a loser. It's like, oh, okay. And I'm sure people thought Cardi was a loser once upon a time as well. You know what I'm saying? Especially DJ Self, and now look. Right? So it's just like, I mean, you just never know who or what people are gonna be, how far they gonna go. So that little piece right there was like, I ain't think she needed to say all that, but y'all leave y'all thoughts. Y'all gonna do that anyway, cause it's just how y'all is, okay? But other than that, I feel like K. Michelle should have clapped back. Like, girl, you know who I am. You know who I am. I've been all on your screen. I had a name before I even came on the screen, okay? Just like Drew had a name before she even came onto Real Housewives of Atlanta, yeah. I think she should have responded back. Now, moving forward, there was something that K. Michelle said in this interview that I was like, ooh, I wonder if she gonna get that phone call from Bravo just a little piece. Is Bravo gonna hit your line? Because this is what happened. So y'all know that in the trailer, it looked like there was gonna be an issue between K. Michelle and Phaedra, some type of shade thrown, whatever the case was. That's when I think Pinky said that that Phaedra eats dead people or something like that, which is crazy because y'all been knowing each other for about a decade. Y'all have worked together and everything, and then now Pinky over here throwing shade. What you done did, Phaedra? What done went down? But all in all, of course, K. Michelle talks about not trusting an attorney or anything like that. So she had some shade too. But what she goes on to say, which made me question if the network was gonna be like, hey, okay, you gave him a little too much right there or something. I don't know. But she says that although her and Phaedra are on the show and they shade the hell out of each other, she says that that is one of her best friends to come out of Atlanta. She said Phaedra really helped her through her first season, put her on, gave her, knowledge or whatever the case was when it comes to this group. And she just felt like Phaedra really helped her out. And she loves her some Phaedra. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, I don't know if the network gonna call like you shouldn't have told them that part. You ain't had to tell them that part. You could have told them that a little later or something like that. But it is what it is. Okay, these two ladies really like each other. So there's that. She also goes on to say that she hopes to be a part of Real Housewives of Atlanta for like 10 years. She mentions that like after this year, she doesn't want to like just be a one and done. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see. I do feel like a lot of people that may not like K. Michelle in this moment, I do feel like y'all may grow to love her halfway through the season. Okay. And some of y'all may have already, she probably already won some of y'all over just from that premiere already. So we'll see. But either way, she does go on to talk about R. Kelly because y'all know R. Kelly was like her mentor, right? This is what K. Michelle was a little too honest time. She did say that she talked to the people. I think it was when they did the show Surviving R. Kelly, but she had a different experience, so she wasn't going to sit down and do the interview with them because her experience was different. But she wasn't going to say that they shouldn't do the interview because if something happened to you, you should speak on that. She says she's a feminist. At the end of the day, she's always going to support the woman, but she also wants to give the truth. And the truth for her is that she did not experience, what these ladies experienced. Same thing Carisha tried to say, and she also referenced Carisha because she don't like how the people beat up on Carisha for telling everybody that her experience was not the same. And so K. Michelle is just like, this ain't Carisha. Okay, what y'all do to her, y'all ain't finna do to me, is what she said. I don't know, Kay. I feel like Real Housewives fan base is another level. So we gonna see. But she talks about how she kind of got started working with R. Kelly. I think he wanted to sign her, but then Memphis was there and she ended up working with Memphis. And she also goes into the story of him and how he was like physically abusive and everything that they went through and how she would like to forgive him, but she's not at that place because he won't make that easy for her or whatever the case is. I believe she also hinted at the ladies like Rashida, her friends, Toya, or whatever the case, that may have made it difficult, for her and not wanting to believe her story or whatnot. So she kind of talked about that. She still went on to work with R. Kelly though, even though she ended up being signed with Memphis. They worked together. He really liked her writing. And then Jason asked her, let me see if I can find it because I really want K. Michelle to say this out her mouth. Let me see.
Out of me come, and it's more than people can expect, but I also feel like it probably be about 3 minutes. There was no like, I'm sorry for what I did to her. Mm-hmm. It was always a pointing of the finger. And so that makes you not want to have any.
This is where she's talking about
remorse.
Memphis.
You know what you did to me, and I'm trying to find the sauce. I'm trying to find the good in you, and you trying to find clout and hurt me even more.
So do you still feel like you need closure on that?
No, because he ain't going to never give it to me. I just got to let God give it to me. He's going to always try to embarrass me, destroy me, or hurt me. I feel like I'm so tough as a woman. Either the exes that I've dated, either they're going to love me and ask me for advice, or they're going to super hate me. And I'm not putting it on myself, but I am super rough in a relationship. I'm very rough. I'm rough, I'm direct, I'm to it, and a lot of men cannot handle it.
Well, you did something right, because that big ring on your finger, you got a man.
Let me go back.
Judged about, so he round up Snapchatting my Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? After everything he did to me, God bless him. So you went through all of that.
She's talking about an ex.
No.
But basically, okay, because I can't find it. But what she does talk about is being intimate. Jason asked her if she was ever intimate with R. Kelly, and she said, "Yeah, I love that man." She loved that man. She don't think that he ever loved her or wanted her in the same way of like a relationship or anything like that. She just thinks that he wanted her for inspiration as far as his music. She also went on to say that she never, I guess at the time of working with R. Kelly or whatnot, she said she never heard anything negative about him before. So she didn't know about that. Now that part, okay, I'ma call Cap. Now, Kay, I don't know you to be a person that is a liar. You've never lied. That I've caught you in anything, okay? Now, maybe you did not. That's possible, but at the same time, for me to know about what happened on that tape, child, listen, to know about what happened on that tape, I was in high school. Okay, so I know. Let me not say I know that you knew, but I would want to believe that you knew because I was young as hell. Okay. I thought all the older folks were older. I mean, I don't think K Michelle's that older than me, but maybe I don't know if maybe she was in college already. Not sure. I'm not sure of her age, but at the same time, I'm like, I would think people around my age group and up heard about that. Okay. Hell, probably if you was younger too, you about did hear about that. So I would think, okay. But that's what's going on. But I do want to kind of find, I want to find that part. I want to see. Let me see if I can get that little piece where she's talking about it though.
I know what I signed
Mhm.
up for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna be myself. At
And
all times.
you're gonna be on time.
I'm
That's
gonna
the
be
other
there.
thing.
I'm gonna
That's
be on
the other
time.
thing I remember about you filming Love and Hip Hop, because it was some of y'all, ain't gonna talk about who it was, would show up hours late, not
No.
ready. You would show up on time and be ready
What
to
you
go.
gotta understand is no matter how successful you are, you're never bigger than the program.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we get so much success so quick, we feel like we can never be replaced or nothing can happen. There's always another star in the corner waiting to come. So you have to do your job. You have to do what it is. And I just feel like that. Like at this point, I burned so many bridges, like years ago. You know, you have too, Jason.
I have.
Burn bridges.
But I burned a bridge that I don't ever need to cross again. I'm okay with that.
Ooh.
Once I know I don't ever have to cross it again, bye, and I'm out.
You do know that if you need someone to sit and talk with you on your new show, I would love.
The only question I have for you with R. Kelly is, have you written him a letter? And if so,
No,
no?
you being shady.
Well,
Are you being
he's in
shady?
prison.
No,
No, because the
his
one
team
thing.
has called me.
Wait, can I say the one thing you said on that
Okay,
interview
tell me, let's
that
go.
went viral?
I felt like you was gonna go. I feel like you, as a journalist, didn't do your journalistic.
No, because I know I already did it. You said something because
Okay,
you gave me the one line that has always stuck in an R. Kelly conversation that has yet to be answered. You said, "What about all the mothers that was in the kitchen cooking?" That question has yet to be answered.
Yet.
It has yet to be
Let me tell you
answered.
something. If it wasn't for Robert Kelly, I would not. And God is going to do what he does for you. I'm not taking from God. But if it wasn't for Robert Kelly, I would not. Honestly, I would not know the business. I would not understand the skills of songwriting. I think it's a real deep dive. I think it is mothers and people should be held accountable. I do.
Should Sparkle go to prison?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did
you want me to say something else?
No, because I just saw the young girl who we saw in that video speak out recently, and she threw Sparkle under the bus, and Sparkle was trying to kind of dance away from it, and I'm like,
you know what? I can't say, okay, I don't know in detail what Sparkle gave out in that, but if you, there's things that I know, but I didn't witness. You know what I'm saying? You hear things, but you didn't see the things. You feel like people should go to jail, but you didn't witness those things. So for me, I can't crucify nobody in that. From what I hear, okay, yeah. Men are different with different women. And I consistently say that. From my abuse, the man that I witnessed is different from the man that this person dealt with. Rob, I saw this whole blog that was saying that he beat me up. So
I have to pause right there for a quick second because she said men are different with different people. This is true. However, some signs about them still show up with the next person. Example, she referenced the person that she was with that abused her, right? Well, that person went on to marry someone else, go on to marriage boot camp, and the way that he reacted to her was very threatening. Okay. And it also gives that she has dealt with some of that behavior herself, hence the reason why she probably divorced from that man right now, because after K. Michelle came out with the facts of the situation, I do believe it started to affect his career, right? With it affecting his career in some capacity. You know, when men ain't got money, not all of them, a few of them, they're going to start showing their ass. They're going to start projecting. They're going to start making you the problem, whatever the case is or whatever, right? And she probably started experiencing some of what K. Michelle may have experienced in her situation, right? It may not have been physical for her. It may have just been mental, but I do feel like they're going to show you something. So I do feel like he showed you a little something, okay? That's what I think when it comes to Mr. Kell. But anywho, this is her story, so let me just listen, child.
Bad, and that I took that and no, Rob didn't hit me. I didn't go through an abusive Rob. And I don't want to have people mad at me. I don't want to any of that, but I'm going to be real.
What's your truth?
My truth with Robert Sylvester Kelly, and I even spoke with Lifetime about this because I didn't want to be on Surviving R. Kelly because my point of view was different. If you're going to present a person and a cultural icon, even in their, wrong, you still have to present all forms of an icon. Like if you're going to talk about Diddy, if you're going to talk about every man, if you're going to talk about Dr. Dre, if you're going to talk about it, talk about it. With Robert Kelly, his thing never with me was any type of abuse or anything like that. Robert Kelly always saw me as nothing. I might have loved him, but he didn't see me as nothing more as motivation for writing. And he respected my writing. I wasn't the woman he wanted. And even though I wanted him.
Did you?
I did. I thought he was the most genius of creatures. Like when things go down and you like watch a real Robert Kelly story, music is the universal language. Robert is absolutely completely wrong in the things, but those people around him never corrected him. That's not an excuse, Jason, because I am a woman advocate. Like I'm gonna get in there for a woman. If you tell me a man did something to you, okay, we ride it done.
Is Drea Kelly a victim?
Who?
Drea Kelly.
Absolutely not. But that's not for me to say, right? But that's how I can feel. Can we do feel?
Yeah.
You wanted snow, and he had a whole team come bring you snow. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I don't like, for someone like
she
me,
knew what she was getting into.
I'm not putting it on her.
Okay.
What kind of snow you talking about? Are you talking about like he'll make it snow for you, like you wanted snow and I'll bring you whatever it is that you want type of thing? Or are you talking about a different type of snow on the bluff? Like what you talking, girl, what?
I'm not gonna do that.
Missed that.
I am forever going to be a woman's advocate, but I'm always going to be a real person.
Right.
And when it comes to women be hopping in things, even me, be hopping into things for things. And when they get everything, then they like, oh, this everything is too much. When I started to do with R. Kelly, I had never heard anything bad about Robert Kelly. I honestly had not heard anything bad. That's how old I am. So maybe I'm telling my age. I hadn't heard anything bad about Robert Kelly. I just knew he was a musical genius.
And you can't take that away from him.
No, I learned everything about how I am with writing and music. Can't nobody take that from me and tell me to say nothing about what I didn't go through.
Right.
I'm not Carisha. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying?
What?
No.
What?
I love Carisha. No. She'll tell you. I check on her. No.
Okay,
I love her.
okay.
When I'm saying I'm not Carisha, I'm not how the world do Carisha.
Yes.
Like you don't know what that woman went through with that man.
Right.
Y'all beating up on that girl. I don't know.
But they also beat up on her for being with somebody that went through something with somebody else before she was even there,
and that's
that
my
she wasn't
thing.
even a part of.
I don't know Carisha personal life. Every time I'm around her, she's the sweetest. Like honestly, she's the sweetest woman.
I love Carisha.
Like she's the sweetest woman. Like so, I don't know anything, but what I can relate to her in is the comments and things that I get about Rob, or as if that was something that I sat there and went through. What I did say to you in an interview was, if I talk, everybody going to jail.
You did.
I did.
You did.
I did.
But why hasn't anybody answered the other question, or the other statement of when you said there were mothers in the kitchen cooking? I would never
There were
forget
mothers
that.
in the kitchen cooking.
But
there were mothers in the kitchen cooking. I've never lied. There were mothers in the kitchen cooking.
You said that. And I feel like that's
you can take it how you want to take it. You can take it as a song metaphor. You can take it as a truth. One thing about K. Michelle that no one has ever taken from me. Have they ever taken the fact that even if it took 3-4 years later, did I ever lie?
No, you didn't lie.
Did I ever lie?
You didn't.
Did I ever lie about anything that I said?
No.
It might not have been convenient at the time. I might not have been willing to speak. It always comes out. I'm always stand in truth.
That interview was before Surviving R. Kelly documentary.
Oh,
before
it was
all
us.
of that.
And
Yeah.
it was so bad. We got it. That's why I'm saying when I said I got here today, I was like, oh, we're getting in trouble. Every time you and Jason get together, I'm getting in trouble. You know, somebody's going to have a problem with anything I say.
The truth hurts.
Yeah. And I say, if you want to tell shade, you got to tell, ain't no shade to tell truth.
And whether it's the truth about country music, whether it's the truth about this or the truth about I Got Bags, I don't know the song where she
She do got bags.
It's going to be on iTunes.
She do got the bags.
Your man's a woman. You are
Jason,
that's a
she
mess.
got the bags. She got bags. And I had them this morning, and they had to give me the little Dior eye patches. But the R. Kelly thing, can we just be honest?
Yes.
About what that do to everybody? Can we just be honest?
Yeah.
Like the truth. And this is the place for me to speak that truth. I haven't said it to talk to anybody or say anything. This is a place to speak the truth. R. Kelly when I was getting beat up, and that label said, we would like for you to work with her, Rob. The fact that I went into my very first record deal ever, and Wayne Williams, remember Wayne Williams? That was his A&R, big DJ from Chicago, brought me in there for Robert Kelly to sign me.
So this is where she goes into the story about Robert Kelly not being well, he was there to sign her, but she ended up signing with somebody else, I do believe, at the time she signed with Memphis.
And he was like, no, I'm gonna give you food. One thing about Rob is, if he trusts you or whatever, he never wants you to leave. So imagine the only thing that saved your career. Your ex was blowing the budget. No one on that whole label had an open budget but me. So everybody's open budget was funded through me. And R. Kelly going to them, and guess what he told him? What? Your gimmick is, she looked like this, and she sang country music. This ain't Mary J. Blige. Like, he would say, tell me, just cut off your hair with this big and go yellow.
That's crazy.
Like, I never went through no abuse, none of that.
Were you and R. Kelly ever intimate?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love him.
Really? Have you ever said that?
No, but I think people know from the songs.
Art doesn't always imitate life.
I loved Robert Kelly. I loved him. And everyone knew that. I loved...
Like loved in love? Really?
I loved him.
Child, she was in love with Robert Kelly. Robyn, is it Robyn or Robert? R. Kelly, child, whichever one. Yeah. Okay, they were intimate, so whoop-de-doo, surprise for anybody that did not know. Okay. And I don't know how this gonna go, okay, when these when people start releasing, releasing this information, but she came down there and she saw her truth. Right? And it's just as simple as that. I wanted y'all to hear it out of her own mouth what happened between she and R. Kelly. He was a great mentor to her. She learned a whole lot about the business and everything. She fell in love with him in the process. She wanted to be with him. He didn't want her for that. He wanted her for inspiration. They got intimate. And that's just what that was. When I first saw this, I was hoping that it was like an edit. When people do the trailers and they piece different stuff together, making you think somebody responded this way to a question. No. And that's exactly what it was. That lady said she was in love with that man. Of course, they were intimate. And that's that on that. All in all, I feel like this was a good interview with K. Michelle. I do. I think it was a good interview. I'm looking forward to seeing more. All right. I want y'all to leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on how y'all feeling about K being on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Did you have one opinion of, oh, I wasn't feeling her, but this first premiere got me thinking, okay, I could do this. I'm liking her. Let me know. Let me know how you're feeling about the interview that we just pretty much went through and talked about. Okay. Let me know all of your thoughts on everything. Okay. Of course, I am JamiThatsMe. Don't forget to like up the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. And y'all know I'm going to catch y'all in the next one, honey. Bye.
Family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking the drama.